Aragorn's a tracker hunting coons at night. Gimli swinging axes, but his aim ain't right. Legolas is prepping, shooting bugs off logs. Harwin's painting toenails, yelling at the dogs. Saruman's a neighbor's always causing grief, scheming in his tower like a backwoods thief. With the swamp behind and the mountains ahead, we're just good old boys doing what Gandalf said. Frodo's carrying the ring and it's dragging slow, but we're marching through the mud with a steady flow.
Of Arrakis, it's me, Shai-Hulud, your beloved sandworm of the desert. Many people are saying Paul Atreides, little Paul Atreides. I call him Pesky Paul. He's Al-Mahdi. People are calling him Lisan Al-Gaib. Pesky Paul's calling himself Muad'Dib. He said, Muad'Dib, I'm a little desert mouse, just a humble little desert mouse. And he is very tiny, I saw him.
Middle-aged mutant ninja turtles, middle-aged mutant ninja turtles, middle-aged mutant ninja turtles. All of their shoes are from New Balance, and turtles used to battle all over New York. It was radical. Now they work late nights in customer support. It pays the bills. They would break dance in their teens, and now they use sleep apnea machines. Middle-aged mutant ninja turtles.
Hi Colonel, this is Snake. I've made it to the insertion point. I stayed pretty warm due to that anti-freezing peptide that you gave to me, but I have to admit I was able to smuggle out my smokes in my stomach. You know, it wasn't fantastic, but I gotta have them ciggies. Psychic powers are cheating. I'm gonna plug my controller into port 2. Hind D. More like D Hind. Ho! But seriously, what's a Russian gunship doing here? Big back, big back, big...
Damn, the screen's frickin' bright. I forgot to turn on dark mode. There it is. Visual effective. Thank you. Thanks again. Appreciate it greatly. No offense taken. I don't feel like it, but I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. What up, Lewis? How are you, dude? Hope you're feeling better, bro. Visual, did you send?
Got a lot of cash on you.
Oh god. Hey, Visual, thank you. Honestly, I've never I don't think I've ever seen that alert. Appreciate it greatly, dude. Dude, and enjoy some Ark for me, that's for sure. Tonight, though, we have a different project. As much as I am addicted to Ark, it has been 2 days clean from Ark, from some Ark Raiders. Tonight we have a little chill session of we're gonna be cleaning some stuff. I never use these. Well, I appreciate it. Feeling better. Good job, Lewis. There you go. You got over it, bro. How long did it take? Dude, I got home from Texas, and I don't know if you saw that post, but dude, I got freaking wrecked by a cold or something. I'm still dealing with it. Hey! Thanks so much for following, Visual. Hope to see you again. We talk, this is the poll list. So this is where we talk like pop culture. I read like some comic books and usually tell everybody about it, talk to everybody about it. And yeah, we talk pop culture, gaming, we talk nerdy stuff, and I drink my Aero Elevate. That way I'm super jazzed, and I'm late to work tomorrow because I got the caffeine. Dude, I appreciate it greatly. Thank you so much. You don't have to do that. You don't gotta do that. We do it for the fun. I also got Diet Coke, or Coke Zero, because Coke Zero's freaking bomb to me. I think it's my third Coke for the day. I'm in trouble. We were supposed to be cutting back caffeine, and we did for quite a while. But we're kind of back. Work has been insane. Absolutely freaking insane, dude. Oof. Insane. But yeah, I'm kind of excited tonight. I set up some tech. I got some tech that we're gonna be doing some stuff. Hey, thanks for subbing, dude. Thanks for subbing on YouTube. Yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you for also letting me know that this stuff's actually working. Pata. Thank you, Pata, for subbing as well. Dude, I really have to work on the alerts for Twitch and Kick and all that stuff, because we're on Kick too, but usually Kick is a little bit more rare. Hugo, it's like going through all the stuff, huh? It's going through all the recent subscribers. What you been up to, Lewis? We got some stuff to talk about. The big one, though. The big one. WB and Netflix. Now, I put Doctor Doom in the thumbnail, though, because we're going to talk a little bit about Doctor Doom in the One World Under Doom. The last issue just came out tonight. I think it's issue 9, and we picked it up. So we'll talk about it a little bit. But first, WB. Is that official? So we don't know if it's official yet. It's reportedly. Let's talk about it. Netflix CEOs reportedly very interested in acquiring WB. David Zaslav said to want the biggest crown. Insane, dude. As Hollywood prepares to see who will acquire Warner Brothers Discovery, I love that it's just open now. It's an afterthought that this studio is going to somebody and it's going to happen. The question is, who is it going to, and what are they going to do with your data? Because that is all I think this is used for, man. I think this is just a way to get more data out of us. So is it going to be Netflix? Netflix, that would be interesting, because then they're really acquiring all the assets of Warner Brothers Discovery, which is a lot of production, right? So I don't believe Netflix has Netflix series, but they're not a production house. They usually buy the distribution rights from a production company, and then it's on Netflix. Versus this, they would own TV channels, they would own another streaming service, which everything would go to Netflix, and then they would own the production studios themselves. I just ended working for them. Netflix, they own a visual effects studio I was with. Oh shit. No way. Are you in Hollywood? Or are you out somewhere else? You don't have to dox yourself or anything like that, but I mean, are you in Hollywood, in California? In California. LA area. Me too. Or Orange County. Ish. I'm out by Disneyland. November 20th, Netflix is copying Disney's business model. Interesting. What's crazy, though, is that Disney was always a production house, though. I guess they had Buena Vista. Yeah, they had Buena Vista. And Touchstone was also them, right? Was that a production company or distribution company? This is Santa Monica! I didn't cheers you, so cheers. Appreciate the prime. Santa Monica! If you used to listen to Kevin and Bean, you know the Santa Monica guy. And if you're the Santa Monica guy, that we have a celebrity in our midst, a local celebrity. This is Santa Monica. He used to prank call them all the time. November 20th will mark an important day for Warner Bros. Discovery's history. The day marks the deadline for interested parties to submit a non-binding bid for the company, in a process that is expected to close by December. Multiple different reports have come out as Wall Street and the entertainment industry keep a close eye on the sale with the power to significantly alter Hollywood's status quo. Now, important pieces, by the way, this is Daniel Klisman. Important pieces of information regarding the impending sale have come out. Variety published a report discussing the parties involved in the bidding process. Per the trade, Warner Bros. Discovery CEO David Zaslav wants the biggest crown that gives him the biggest portfolio. Interesting. The biggest portfolio. Why would he want the biggest portfolio? It's not like they're buying Netflix. Weird. This makes sense given the scale of the transaction. The report also included a very interesting statement regarding Netflix. The trade said that a possible outcome of the sale is Netflix acquiring Warner Bros. Discovery with David Zaslav as head of the studio, with Comcast getting HBO Max. Interesting. Comcast getting HBO Max. Co-CEOs Ted Sarandos and Greg Peters are said to want this to happen. However, Netflix chairman Reed Hastings is reportedly reluctant to deal with regulation procedures that would stem for such a deal. Greg Peters and Ted Sarandos really want this, but Reed Hastings doesn't want to deal with the regulatory hassles. Which is true. They gotta go to the government. They gotta go to Big Dad government and talk to us. FDA or whatever it is. Big Daddy gotta get okay. My Trump's getting worse as the years go by. This potential development would be a shocking outcome for Warner Bros., considering how HBO Max is such a pivotal part of the company. True, Netflix's reported interest in such a deal also comes as a surprise, given that out of all the potential buyers, Netflix has arguably been the most difficult to get a read on. Following the announcement that Warner Bros. Was up for sale, both Peters and Sarandos seemed to indicate a lack of interest in Warner Bros. Sarandos, during an aftermarket analyst call, were predominantly focused on growing organically, investing aggressively, and responding... What? We're predominantly focused on growing organically, investing aggressively, and responsibly into the growth and returning excess cash flow to shareholders. Which is true, because if they have all this cash and they buy out Warner Bros. Discovery, do they then have to pay off the debts of Warner Bros. Discovery? Because I do believe Warner Bros. Discovery is $40 billion in debt, $38 billion in debt, somewhere around there. That is a lot of money, and a lot of money that maybe Netflix doesn't want to fork over too, or they never will. Later on, though, the streamer was reported to have hired the services of an investment bank to put together a bid for the company. Yet, shortly after that, a report from Variety mentioned that sources had claimed Netflix was not really interested in the company and allegedly mainly wanted to raise Warner Bros. Discovery's price for David Ellison's Paramount Skydance. Jeez Louise, all this background action. Goodness. According to Variety, Netflix is in a position to make a legitimate bid, which most likely be all in stocks. Interesting. They are publicly traded, huh? But despite the streamer's interest in Warner Bros. Discovery, its chances of actually acquiring it are in question. As reported by Variety, California Representative Darrell Issa sent a letter to Pam Bondi, Gail Slater for the Antitrust Division of the Justice Department, and Andrew Ferguson, detailing antitrust concerns arising from a potential Netflix-Warner Bros. Discovery merger. The letter partially read, "As you are aware, Netflix is already the dominant streaming platform in the United States, and permitting it to absorb a major competitor raises antitrust concerns that could result in harm to consumers. With more than 300 million global subscribers and a vast content library, Netflix currently wields unequaled market power. Adding both HBO Max's subscribers and Warner Bros. Premier content rights would further enhance its position, reportedly pushing the combined entity above a 30% share of the streaming market, a threshold traditionally viewed as presumptively problematic under antitrust law." See, that's where I was imagining, I'm like, is it really an issue? Because if I'm Netflix, again, I want the infrastructure, right? They have property, they have personnel, They have actual production things that Netflix just doesn't have, and they don't want to buy and build all this stuff. They kind of just want to take it from them. And then also you're getting rid of like the Warner Brothers name if you do that. You would keep the Warner Brothers name almost like Fox did, you know, with Disney. Like they absorbed, it's like Fox, what is it called? 20th Century, what is it called now? It's like 20th Century Fox, or it's like Fox something. I don't remember what it was. No, I'm good. I'm good there on Kick. Thank you, bot. I don't think Netflix needs the facilities. It's the content, the back catalogs, and the IP they want. No, 100%. Yeah, IP is entirely there. God, Warner Brothers. I wonder, they do have the deal with like Lord of the Rings movies, which is why they made the Rohirrim movie. What was that even movie called? That's that anime movie that was like not even close to being cool, but they were trying to, you know, make it a part of the actual Peter Jackson trilogy. Or how do you do 6 movies? 6 movies, Idgies. There we go. I forget about The Hobbit. I forget The Hobbit exists. Sometimes life is better that way. No offense, I don't like it. But yeah, I mean, it's possible that because of the actual streaming market, if they own more than 30%, does it automatically activate? Now, here's the thing. It does depend on who is in office at the time, and look who's in office. Someone who doesn't really care about, monopolies and that kind of thing. So it can happen, but also things can happen where they then forcibly are taken apart. So this happened with the phone companies and the railroads. Technically, they were a monopoly. They were allowed. But then, like, depending on who came in, it's possible that they could come in and change it. So that way, you know, they get broken up again, just like the phone company was. It was like Pacific Bell, Mountain Bell, a bunch of other stuff. It's interesting. Last movie I worked on was Happy Gilmore 2. They funded it, but Sanders production company developed it. Exactly. So that's the thing. Like, Adam Sandler was really smart about his movie deal with Netflix because he is the production company. He goes out, he's the producer, right? So he gets all the assets together, he gets the money funding, and then he is the one that finds the director. He finds the other executive producers. He goes and does this stuff. And then Netflix has the deal to distribute it, right? So the production companies are a lot different than just that. So if you get Warner Brothers, you're also getting production companies that are underneath Warner Brothers. So I'm curious, Warner Brothers, if I can spell brothers correctly, production companies. I want to see all of them. I want to see all of their production companies. List of assets owned by Warner Brothers Discovery. Here you go. Oh god, the light mode again. Oh god. Oh god. Which they totally took liberties with that movie. With the Lord of the Rings one. Yeah, dude. Oh my god. Though Netflix company did the visual effects. Oh, they did? For Happy Gilmore 2, I still didn't watch it because we don't have Netflix. Something you'll learn about me, I actually don't have many subscriptions. We have YouTube, and I think I still do have Spotify. It's not gone yet. Nice. We did the visual effects. So Netflix's own company, so internal company. What, I mean, I don't want to dox you. It's all good. I'll just say Netflix's internal company. So they do have a CG house that they do. Look at this, streaming and studios, Warner Brothers studio facilities. So these are the actual physical buildings, digital networks, digital labs. Look at all of these different companies. So like when people think of just Warner Brothers Discovery, they just think of, oh, okay, you know, Warner Brothers stuff. But this is what it means. You're getting all of Fandango Media. You're getting Fandango, dude. How? How did they own Fandango? Do they earn, like, look at 25% with Versant. So do they only own 25%? So Turner, oh my god, Turner Classic Movies, yeah. And CNN and all that stuff too, because that's all Turner. Look at all this TV. This is actual physical TV, which is crazy. Warner Brothers streaming. Cinemax. Oh my god, the libraries here, bro. Yeah, Cartoon Network library. Oh my god. Oh my god. Adult Swim, Toonami, Boomerang. I love Boomerang. I love the classic shit, man. That's awesome. They bought Scanline VFX and Eyeline Studio. Okay, so then they kind of just bought them out and then they reformed them, kind of like shit. Who did that in the gaming sphere? I mean, it happens all the time, but I think Rockstar bought out somebody and then they became like Rockstar North or something. Zaslav killed Cartoon Network. Yeah, he did. He did. Because Zaslav is like another... I feel like Zaslav's another weatherman, dude. He's just like a Bob Iger. They're just like playing the money game, man. That's all they care about is just the money game. They don't really care about the stuff that they're creating. The culture, the pop culture, the art. They're just money men. And they're the ones making the creative decisions too. The only thing I'm really hoping for from Warner Brothers right now, I mean, we got Lanterns coming up. I don't know when that is. But I don't got HBO Max or HBO Plus or whatever it's called now. I don't even know. Oh my god. I don't got Apple Plus. I don't got any of those things. A lot of those old cartoons are on Netflix, and they actually are pretty smart with that. It's a pretty smart idea. They have a bunch of old cartoons now. What the companies have done is the ones who own the rights, they actually make channels for these old cartoons, and they just run them. They figured out an easy way of just running the cartoons 24/7. It is so smart, and I love it. Because they're just raking in ad revenue. They're raking in YouTube ad revenue, which is, for them, probably killer. You know, imagine the parents my age, 35s, who are like, I don't want them to watch, like, Skibbity Toilet or some other stuff that they're watching nowadays. Who even knows what they're watching nowadays? But stuff that's, like, overstimulating for children's brains on an iPad that's just like, color, 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 like crazy. Like neon, like flashing lights and stuff. And then all of a sudden you just want them to watch Street Sharks. You just want them to watch Street Sharks or Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, stuff like that. And these companies who own the rights to all these shows, who own the backlogs, are starting to put them on YouTube, and it's really, really smart. But these are the assets, man. These are really the assets. They owned part of Crunchyroll. Didn't they sell that to Sony? Yeah, they sold it to Sony, and then it went to crap. I don't like Crunchyroll. Their services have went from bad. But that's freaking cool, man. You worked for the VFX house. I hope it was if you moved on, I hope it was for a better. I hope it was for a better job. But yeah, I hope it was for a better. The next thing that's happened this week is, I mean, kind of big in comics. I don't know if anybody cares about spoilers in the comics, but it's pretty crazy ending to One World Under Doom. It was not my favorite run. Like, I really wanted to get into Doom. I haven't read a lot of Doom comics, but it kind of went off in like almost like a whimper. But we do have a new Sorcerer Supreme as well in the comics. I can pull that one up. I actually saw it earlier. Where is it, dude? Oh yeah, the Smallville actress. She's making headlines for being on the Michael Rosenbaum's podcast. Whew. That's an iffy one. I knew a little bit about the situation, but I did not. No. See you later, Visual. Thanks again. Thanks for hanging out. And we'd love to conversate more about your dealings in Hollywood. That'd be very interesting. I've always just been on the outside of Hollywood. But hey, have some good raids, bro. Have some great raids. I guess the It show is supposed to be good. I've heard the It show on HBO is good. Bro, where is it? Remember details? No, I don't want to find the new Sorcerer Supreme. It's supposed to be somewhere. Running Man director Edgar Wright reveals how he's approaching Sydney Sweeney's Barbarella movie. He's making a Barbarella movie with her? Holy crap. So this is what happens. Oh my god, what is this ad? Jesus, is that Xbox? Can I inspect? Why is Xbox showing me like an AI picture of a lady? Very weird. But yeah, Victor Von Doom kind of... Sydney did not deserve the controversy. Yeah, for that stuff. Yeah, I don't even think she was involved with it. I mean, maybe she was. I don't think so, though. I think she's just too busy doing other stuff. She's just like, I don't really care what's going on the internet. Here's what's happening with Doom. So he passes, and Reed Richards is right there. And basically, he gets, like, vaporized. But this is kind of, like, all set up in here. Upon my death, a copy of this document shall be inscribed within every book, computer system, and information device on the planet. I, Victor Von Doom, being of sound mind and body, hereby appoint Reed Richards, son of Nathaniel and Evelyn Richards, to be the executor and trustee of this, the final will and testament of Victor Von Doom. I hereby revoke all former wills and consuls made by me, and hereby declare and demand that all that I possess, own, or rule, including my nation of Latveria, shall be beheathed to whoever first manages to... And then Reed says, fill in the blank. So this is what happened in the mainline comic, the 616 Marvel line, with the end of One World Under Doom. Like I said, we got to finish. We got maybe 3 issues that we're behind so far, so we need to catch up on that. The other issues on the poll list, we are pretty caught up, though. I mean, I don't think Sydney's really much to... Everything I've seen her in, she's not much to call home about. And all the roles that she's picking is like, trying to be deadly serious roles, right? Like, oh my god, they'll finally take me seriously. And I don't know if she's not made for that, but I don't take her as like a serious actress yet. I don't know what will. Barbarella seems like it might be a fun thing to make. I can see that one. Oh, speaking of Hollywood and making stuff, is anybody excited for Wonder Man next month? Anybody excited for Wonder Man? What up, Brett? Yeah, that applause is for you. What up, Brett? I'm say I'm wearing the tank because it's comfortable. Wearing the tank because it's comfortable, but it's a little chilly in here, and that's nice. Excited? Yeah, aren't you excited? This is his 3rd comic book character. Wait, 4th? Might be his 4th comic book character he's played. Curious at best. Yeah, I'll probably Tortuga it, because we don't do subscriptions much anymore. We don't do much subscriptions, so we may have to Tortuga. Well, I'm curious. But yeah, this is his 3rd. He played Dr. Manhattan in the Watchmen series. Short-lived. Or it was only 1 season. Was it supposed to go multiple seasons? I don't even know. He played Black Manta in both Aquaman movies. Yes, there was 2. You liked his Dr. Manhattan? I don't know if there was much there, right? I mean, there's nothing really much for me to say on that one, yeah. As a version of the character, yeah. Yeah, as a version. When did that even come out? 21? God damn, so long ago. That was a long time ago. But yeah, here's Wonder Man star. God dang it, I can't say his name. He has a name. Yahya Abdul Mateen II teases tongue-in-cheek, self-aware MCU series. Oh my god, are we ready, boys? Are we ready for them to poke fun at us again? Moo moo moo, 4th wall, moo. She-Hulk V2. Oh no. Hollywood experiencing superhero fatigue. Is it time to hang up the capes? The only characters that have capes is like Thor and well, Vision, and now what's his name? Fudge. Sentinel. Sentry. There it is. Sentinel Sentry. Sentry. As we know, Marvel's television's next Disney Plus series, Wonder Man, is shaping up to be a very different type of MCU project. Is it really, though? Is it really, though? With the recent teasers confirming that the show will at least partially serve as a Hollywood satire in the same vein as Apple TV's The Studio, with a sprinkle of superhero fatigue commentary thrown in for good measure. We want another 4th wall meta superhero show, right? Because the studio, sure. If you want to look at the studio as an example of it working, like behind the scenes, but you want to know the TV show that didn't work? Remember that one TV show on HBO that ran like 3 episodes? It even had Daniel Bruhl on it, and it failed. HBO superhero series. Oh, let me see. Hollywood. Nobody even remembers what it was. Nobody even remembers what it was. Studio. Was it? No, not the studio. The franchise. That was it. The franchise. Remember this show? Oh my gosh. Yes. The franchise. It did not last. It did not last. You like that? Oh my god. We'll see. If they're making fun of themselves and not us, I'm all for it. Oh, because She-Hulk was making fun of us and they're making fun of themselves? Okay. Okay. I can see that. Let's see. Let's go into deeper details. The series will introduce Simon Williams as a struggling actor who pursues the role of Wonder Man on a big-budget reboot of the classic movie. The twist? Williams has some incredibly powerful abilities of his own. He's just not particularly interested in using them. We're doing something that, tonally, feels much different than really any other Marvel show or any other films. We're doing something that's fresh and a bit tongue-in-cheek, a bit self-aware. The show is self-aware without looking directly into the camera. There'll be commentary about superhero fatigue and things like that, but to me, it's just dressing. That's not really the aim of the show. The focus of the show is about an actor's journey and about a journey of friendship. This to me reeks of them not being able to write anything else besides themselves. And Hollywood loves talking about itself. There was that one with Vanessa Hudgens too. Vanessa Hudgens was on the DC show, right? Or was it another behind the scenes? It was like the MCU cleanup crew or DC. What was that one? She was on that, right? It was like cleanup crew. It had Danny Pudi on it. Powerless. Yes. Powerless. Yes. No, the show. Yes, Powerless. Oh my god, it had what's his name? What's his name? This was on TV? Was this Marvel or was it DC? It was DC, right? Alan Tudyk, yeah. I met him in an elevator. Wayne Security, a subsidiary of Wayne Enterprises. Wow. That's crazy. What did it broadcast on? NBC. Wow. She-Hulk was making fun of toxic fans, but misunderstand the nature of the toxicity. Yeah, they definitely did. They definitely did. I think what they did was they tried to take the toxicity and then mold it into something that they could use. Right? I don't think Wonder Man is the best character to really do this kind of satire. Honestly, I'm not too familiar with Wonder Man. And I think that's what they're kind of banking on. Not everybody knowing who Wonder Man is. She-Hulk entertained me, truth be told, but it wasn't as smart as it thought it was. Yeah. I watched 3 episodes of it back in the day, and I did not continue. I my first year on YouTube, on this channel, I kept teasing, should I watch it? I'm never gonna watch it. I'll just Google it. You saw it on Hulu. Was it on Hulu? That's true, because at the time, a lot of NBC stuff was on there, right? Before Peacock? That was true. Aspiring Hollywood actor. See, I just get so tired of Hollywood talking about itself. That's all. You know what I mean? Like, I'm cool with a documentary, but the studio, I guess Powerless is a little bit different, right? Because it's not about Hollywood per se. But, the franchise. I mean, technically Entourage was also talking about Hollywood, right? Remember they're making the Aquaman movie with James Cameron? Like that was the joke. Let's watch.
The entertainment world is stunned today when internationally celebrated and reclusive filmmaker Von Kovac sprung out of retirement to sign
watch
on
this
for
one
a
more time.
remake of Wonder Man. Mr. Von Kovac, could you tell us more?
Everyone is tired of superheroes. There is an opportunity to.
By the way, they were under a little bit of fire because of these pictures, right? Isn't this AI art or something? Like it's just one picture that they generated. It's just one picture that they generated and they reused it on a bunch of things. Wasn't this AI art? Oof. But I get what it's supposed to be. It's like Buck Rogers. It's like Marvel, the 199999 version. Marvel's 199999 version of Buck Rogers. Right?
Reimagine a whole genre of storytelling.
Have you thought about casting?
So, what's this?
Trevor!
This you were talking about.
It's a huge opportunity. I'm auditioning for Wonder Man.
Did you hear about Wonder Man? I need to be in this movie.
Sorry, you crazy.
I was born to play this character.
Are you serious? Boo, they are already talking to Leo.
So is this like what's your guys' take on the filming of it? It's very clear. You know, it's not very... God, it is reminding me of Entourage. It's reminding me of a bunch of things. It's not a fixed camera. It's very ABC show, really. It's really like shaky cam. It's handheld, right? So it's almost like trying to make me think like it's a documentary almost. But it's shot... The coming out of the stuff wasn't very documentary because there's two cameras too. But it's weird.
You just gotta go out there and crush it.
Very blue as well, like a very standard looking HDR shooting. And I'm just so tired of this like look. I don't know. I get it because it's supposed to be taking place like Hollywood-ish. So maybe it's not supposed to be taking any... It's leaving all the artistic looking for something else. It's not a dramatic show. It looks like a flat, you're right, ABC. What's that one show that a lot of people like? Abbott Elementary. It looks kind of like that to me.
What's wrong?
I'm trying to come up with a backstory for the character.
Well, trust the words. Just show up and say them.
No, that's not my process.
Bloody process can go blow a spider.
Guy's killing it in there, bro.
Where have I seen him before?
Pretty sure he used to be a terrorist.
You can slate whenever you're ready.
Simon Williams, reading for Wonder Man.
Why are they auditioning for a super in a world that already has superheroes? That again is interesting. It's like in the 70s version of this world, this Marvel 199999 universe, that there was a fake superhero called Wonder Man who had a movie or a TV show, kind of like Buck Rogers again, maybe even 60s, 60s, 70s. And in that version, maybe it was, a movie, TV show, and it has all this, and they're recasting it. So it's not like, I don't think he's really a superhero, and they're not really casting for a superhero. They're casting more for like a Buck Rogers, and his name was Wonder Man. But he just happens to have, or he will be receiving, some type of superhero abilities, and he's also an actor. So it is every single story of Hollywood actors with superhero powers. That's my take on it.
Listen to me, Simon. The callback is happening now. Just be normal.
Normal man. The breakdown is go method.
Come in. Mr. Kovac will meet you in the living room.
So you all here to meet Von Kovac?
Mm-hmm. Hello, everyone. I want to explore the place between fiction.
Wait, hold up. Wasn't this the evil president dude from DC? Am I wrong? Is that the evil president dude who gets got in Superman? Is that the same dude? Hawk Girl dropped him. Yeah, into the MCU. He got annihilated so far, he went into the MCU. Crap. No, oh, and they're both from the DCU, right? So kind of. So DCEU, because he's Black Manta as well. And he's Dr. Manhattan, which is DC parallel, I guess. Jeez, man. Hire new people.
And non-fiction.
That's tight.
No one says that anymore.
The last movie on Earth. No one will have the balls to make another.
Action!
You hate this stupid ass Justice Gang.
Any news from our co-ed?
You'll be the first to know.
Unless you call me again, in which case I will never tell you.
8 episode series streaming January 27th. Okay, so it is dropping all. It's wait, what? They pushed it back? I thought it was December. Wow. It's now January, so it's not even on 25. All right, we don't even got to deal with that. Who did you guys even know it wasn't coming out this year? Did you know it was next year now? January 27th, 6 p.m. Goodness gracious. So they're dropping all 8 in one day. You know what that means? It's gonna be gold. It's gonna be gold. If Echo and Marvel Zombies tells us anything. I think these are 20-minute episodes too. They're not hour-longs. 100% they're not hour-longs. Oh, you're right. They need people to sub next year. Everyone's unsubbing because of AI art. Don't really care, honestly. Just another Marvel TV show. Yeah. Yep. And it's a character too, like... Oh my god. Why would you put the money behind this and not an Isaiah Bradley movie or show? Oh god, it makes me so angry. Give me an Isaiah Bradley show in the Korean War. In the Korean War. What is wrong with you? I hate it. Stupid ass Justice Gang. I'm with Lou on this. I was more excited before seeing the trailer. It's a monkey's paw wish, man. They'd fuck that up. Yeah, they would. I don't know what they would do, but they effed it up. The best parts that I thought the best parts of Falcon the Winter Soldier were the flashbacks with Bucky. I thought that was gonna be so cool. God, and just imagine, dude, like, okay, 6 episodes, right? Each one about 40 minutes long. Isaiah going through different missions kind of thing, hearing the traces of the Winter Soldier and stuff like that, being on the ground and stuff like that. So he's always like in the background. So you're kind of like thinking that they're gonna meet up. And then at the very end, they do. That'd be cool. There's 2 tragedies in life. The first is not getting what you want. The second is getting it. That's true. Wow. Wow. They tried to do a Black Captain America story and just wanted to ignore everything that made that interesting. Yeah. Yeah. No, 100%. 100%. They definitely p-footed around it. I don't even know if I can say that. Who knows? One thing that we are hoping they do not mess up next year is this, gentlemen. It is this. These photos have been revealed. The rivalry is unmatched. Daredevil versus Bullseye. He actually has his bullseye on his forehead now. Look at that. A little bottle opener right there. Little black Daredevil suit. The demon. Red eyes. Sick. The sick. So this got revealed today. Someone already made posters about it. That's sick. Boom. That's cool. I like that. I like that. It's nice. So hopefully they don't mess that up. What are you guys thinking on that? They tried to do. Oh yeah. A lot of people wanted Bucky to bear the mantle of Captain America. I did. I still did. Yep. It's too late now. Not until the reboot. It's coming. It's coming. Secret Wars, baby. They're gonna start new. They figured they bungled the second wave of characters so bad that they had to annihilate the universe. That's what happened. That's what happened. And I think I may have found the reason why we are living through this time. I think. And it's Moana live action. Moana live action, that's the reason. This is an example of mostly what Hollywood is. They are not creative. They are just regurgitators because they want to play it safe because of money. And they don't know how to tell a story that isn't based on themselves or isn't based on something already set up. I think this is apparent throughout all of Hollywood. There's a couple that are safe. But for the most part, I feel like even James Gunn, he writes himself every single time. He cannot write outside of himself. Like, I get it, you're supposed to incorporate some of your characterness into it, but he literally writes himself every single time. That's why so much of his stuff feels the same to me and to everybody. With the sale of WB, you think James Gunn's cooked at DC? He's not pulling in the billion-dollar wins they expected. I know he earned Disney $1 billion on his way out with Guardians 3. Disney's downfall will be studied, 100%. I think we need to stop generalizing because there is good stuff coming out of the entertainment industry, but the bigger they are, yeah. Too many self-inserts in these characters are not interesting, just boring and tiring. I've been tired of him for a minute. Yeah. Okay. Too much generalizing? Okay. I will say there has been some creativeness that I've enjoyed, but the creativeness has been... So, like, everyone was talking about Weapons, right? We finally watched Weapons, by the way. I know it's been, like, 3 weeks since Halloween, which I'm sorry, again. We had Texas and I was sick. Still sick. Hopefully I sound okay. But we finally watched Weapons, and I do think it was maybe a little bit overblown. I think the hype was way too big for it. And I don't know if I was expecting too much. I think it was filmed well. I liked the way it was filmed. I liked the setup. I liked the creepiness of it. But then the outcome of it, I just didn't dig. And I'm really having a problem with third acts in a lot of these independent horror movies. The last one that I really did like was Talk to Me. Like, the only reason that Weapons is interesting to people that I'm finding is, sure, it's an allegory for certain things. I get it. But number two, it is the splitting of the storytelling. So the way that the story is revealed to you out of order, out of sync, is the interesting part that people are like, oh, like captivated by. Versus, and same thing with Strange Darling. I actually have a fondness for Strange Darling because I think it was a great way to tell a story on a cheap budget, because it was such a cheap movie. But I was interested in it, and the actors were killing it. I love the dude in there. His name's Kyle. Crap, I forgot his name. He's in a lot of horror movies. But the actors killed it, and they sold the hell out of it. But the only reason that movie was getting the praise that it was is because the story was told out of order. So if you take the plot and put it into A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, it's boring. If you cut it up, A, C, D, E, B, blah, 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 then people are like, it's revealed to them more interestingly, and people are more captivated by it and questioning it. So, like, I guess the same with Longlegs, too. I think I liked Longlegs better than Strange Darling. Longlegs had some really creepy imagery, and the cinematography was fantastic. Fantastic. I think we're seeing a failing on Disney's part, or WB, even... Oh, big studio. Okay. I see. So the failing is the big studios, but you think that there's still creativeness out there. Okay. I did like Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, not his best work in my opinion, but it was still a good watch. Dude, my one of my employees at work saw it twice in theaters. He loves cryptids and the grotesque and things like that, and he loved it. Again, we don't have Netflix, so I heard it's good, and I'm glad the dude in there who's playing Frankenstein's monster, not Victor von Frankenstein, I'm glad he's getting some praise, and he's in a new movie with Margot Robbie. I forgot what it's called. Longlegs was a mile marker for horror for sure. It was nice to be excited for a horror movie. Yeah, I love horror. Horror is a great teacher. I've actually watched a lot of, because I wanted to be a filmmaker, right? I've watched a lot of directors. A lot of them say, do not start with drama. You don't learn a lot from drama, and it's very criticized. You need to do horror or comedy. You learn a lot with horror and comedy. You learn about pacing. You learn about, intensity. Because pacing itself is a huge part of storytelling. No, is it Jacob? No, Jacob Elordi is really good. Is that really who's in for Batman? Isn't that the dude in that Blair Lively? Is that really him? He's too tall for Batman. I don't see him as Batman. Yeah, Jacob Elordi. Oh no, him and Joey King broke up. How tall is he? 6'5". Okay. How tall is Bruce Wayne? 6'2" to 6'4". Okay. 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 He seems a little bit more tall and lanky. You know what I mean? I like the other dude who was the Blake Lively. What was that one movie that she's like in a lawsuit with? I like that dude, and he's got a really like deep voice. He was rumored for Superman, but it was just a rumor. Yeah, David Cornsweet. He's got a... I forgot she was in The Town. It Ends With Us. That's it. It Ends With Us. And the dude's name was... Oh my gosh. Shish kebab. Where'd he go? Not Justin Baldoni. That's the one she has a lawsuit with. Who is the other guy? Oh my gosh. Oh, he's right there. Brandon Skelenar? Brandon Skelenar? Skelenar? You'll probably know him when you see him. Let me pull him up right quick. Ooh, what's this music? Brandon Skelenar? This dude. This is who they were saying possibly Batman. Darken up his hair a little bit. I know Alan Richardson was in there too. He's probably really tall. This is the movie with Sydney Sweeney that he did with Amanda Seyfried, where she's like a psychopath, and Sydney Sweeney's like living with them as a maid. I don't know how tall this guy is. Brandon Skelenar. Skelenar. Brandon Skelenar. Height. I don't see on. Yeah, I don't see it either. He's 6'2". Okay, this dude's 6'2". He's like built, bruh. Bro. He looks too generic. You think he should be more cutesy like the other dude? I can see that. You think he should be more I feel like the other guy's more pretty boy. He just looks like a guy. Do you guys like him, or do you guys like this dude? Let me pull up his IMDb. Jacob Elordi. Like, I can see him as a young Bruce Wayne. I don't see him as an aged Bruce Wayne. An adult Bruce Wayne. This is the movie with Margot Robbie. Yeah, Wuthering Heights. That's it. He looks like Glenn Powell. Which is funny because Glenn Powell played a character where he's like dressing up as other characters. It's really funny. It takes more to play Batman and being tall and handsome. Yeah, it does. Bruce is a little crazy to him. Yeah, the dude I've only seen play stoic. The other guy. How do you feel about this guy? Like you saw him. Okay, look at him a little bit more aged. He still seems like maybe he could put on weight, right? He could put on weight. I am Batman. Batman, you say? Is this supposed to be like she's an older lady, and he's a young cat? Glenn Powell would have been a good choice for Hal Jordan. Yeah, they're doing the older Hal Jordan in the show, huh? He looks like a tall Josh Hutcherson. Ooh, that's a name that sounds familiar. Hutcherson? Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah. Yeah, he was in Hutchinson? Hutcherson. Hutchinson? Hutcherson. They're doing the dude from the what was that one TV show that it was Friday Night Lights. Who know who I want back? Dane DeHaan? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? I hate that. Yeah. What do you want Dane DeHaan to be? What was he? He was like what was he? Oh, he was Amazing Spider-Man 2. He was goated in Valerian. Hunter Parrish should have been Flash. Hunter Parrish. See, I'm actually really bad with names. Hunter Parrish. Oh yeah, we talked about him. I remember him. I could see him as a Flash. Yeah, I can see that. Not in Valerian. Until Valerian. Oh, until Valerian. He was goated until Valerian. I see. What was the other? He was Amazing Spider-Man. You know, I'm much of a scientist myself guy. Chronicle. Yeah, he was Chronicle. That's right. And Chronicle was also Michael B. Jordan, right? Chronic. Oh, dude, 2012. Oh my god. Yeah, Chronicle. Yep. Young Michael B. Jordan. Oh. Was that before the other movie he did? No, not Chronicle, the TV show, you weirdos. Something Station. Oh god. Was that him? Michael B. Jordan. Let's see. He's been in so much nowadays. He's in lots of stuff nowadays. He was in Friday Night Lights as well. Interesting. Chronicle. Fruitvale Station. Yes, Fruitvale Station. Yeah, Harry Osborn. Yes, he was Harry Osborn. Yes. Oh, you got Dane DeHaan was Bill Skarsgård. Yeah, Fruitvale Station. Yeah, I remember that one. Yep, Fruitvale Station. Who is the girl in that one? Octavia Spencer was in there, yeah. Interesting. I thought I remember somebody else being in there. But yeah, Fruitvale Station, man. That was such a fucking sad story, bro. Fuck. A real life story. That's sad, man. What year was that? 2013. So that was a year after Chronicle. I remember that's when he started like making really big waves with Chronicle and that. I kind of wanted to show you guys this too. IGN has a review on this, but I don't know if I want to partake in their review. I like Modern Vintage Gamer. Oscar Grant did not deserve his fate. Oh, was that the gentleman in Fruitvale Station, right? Yeah. The real life gentleman. Yeah. Yep. I remember hearing about this. Mm-mm. Pisses me off, man. Freaking sucks. Why are you making me sad? Let's talk about this. God damn it. So this is called the Analog 3D. And if you guys don't know, the Analog handheld plays Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games, I believe. And this is their N64 player. Now, this does have HDMI output. So I'm very curious about this because I do want to hop into the N64 catalog. And I mean, I have my real life N64 plugged in right now. And it plays, but it's just not what it could be, you know what I mean? And I know that I can make some intermediary steps, but having a machine like this would make everything just so much different. But let's take a look at this real quick and see what he says. This is a modern vintage gamer. Nintendo is going to take food off their children's mouths. You think it's going to be lawsuited? No way. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know how that would work. Because what's crazy is that they have the analog Game Boy already. You think this is going to be more dangerous? Let's watch it.
Is here. This is the recreation in
Excuse me.
FPGA of the legendary Nintendo 64. And the system many of us have been waiting for. Analog's marketing around the 3D has been somewhat curious. With absolutely no gameplay shown to date, this really made people question the product. But let me alleviate any concerns right now. The Analog 3D is excellent, and if you've pre-ordered one, you're in for a treat.
Bro, I wish I did.
A lot
Fuck.
of gameplay capture in this video. Now, while it is
wait.
a treat, and you're going to see a lot of gameplay capture in this video. Now, while it is a good system, the Analog 3D is not perfect, and there are a few notable issues that we need to talk about. Some of them
Nintendo sued
great,
one man for 14 million and he was a middleman? Oh shit.
And as always, I'm not here to sugarcoat it. We're going to discuss everything
that looks beautiful.
I like
Look at that, looks crisp.
With the Analog 3D.
That looks crisp, bro.
Now, full disclaimer, I
little
am
Jet
a
Suit
paid
Gemini
customer.
or Jet Force Gemini.
I pre-ordered an Analog 3D unit at the end of 2024 and have been patiently waiting like everyone else.
Goddamn,
However,
$300.
Analog did reach out and send me a review unit, which you're seeing in this episode.
So he
But as
added
always,
screen lines to
my
this.
thoughts and opinions are my own.
So my fear with this, and it actually looks crisp as hell. It looks really good. I wonder if you can put a filter on that mimics CRT. So CRT, the reason we remember it not being all like jagged and weird was because CRT TVs was different than the LCD, LED, OLED technology that we have nowadays. So the way that the pixels were working, it actually was to the console's benefit. Same thing with like PS2. That's why we don't remember it being absolutely terrible looking. It was actually more glossed over. It's almost like if you're on Photoshop and you're blurring the edges. That's kind of what the CRT TV did. So like even the NES, right? It looked completely different than if you put it onto, you know, the TV behind me or even the screen in front of me. So I'm curious how it does that, because so far everything's looking crisp and it looks beautiful. And I don't think I would run with these fake scan lines on there. I don't think I'd run with these fake scan lines. I think that feels artificial. I would either do it super crisp or like a CRT filter. And I want to see that.
According to the website,
look at that!
Analog
Oh my
3D
god!
Is a reimagining of the N64 in 4K resolution, 10x the resolution of the original N64.
Wonderful.
So let's clear up what this means.
100% compatible.
That this is an internal
Look at that.
resolution upscale.
Whoa!
That you find on modern emulators. I'm sorry to tell you that it's not. Every game that you run on the Analog 3D runs at its native internal resolution,
480,
which is typically 320 by 240,
320,
and can go all the way up to 640 by 480 in high-res mode.
That looks beautiful right there.
In this instance means the source image is scaled up.
Little Vigilante
to 10x on a 4K device.
Little Vigilante
this
6.
Means that blurry N64 low-res games won't really look any better at 4K. However, The Analog 3D comes with a range of filters and settings.
Here we go.
Coupled with a very clean HDMI out, this is the very best image quality that I've seen outside of a RetroTink 4K upscaler. The unit itself is a sleek form factor based from the original N64 design.
Yeah, it's very
with
similar.
Its curved surfaces. The cartridge port accepts any region N64 cartridge, and the unit contains standard buttons for both power and reset, as
Beautiful.
well as the standard 4 N64 controller ports on
Beautiful.
the front face of the unit, which allows you to plug in any N64 controller.
Is there wireless?
The Analog 3D
Yes.
also supports and recommends the 8BitDo N64 controller, which recreates the original N64 controller with a modern form
I'm fine with
factor.
that. 100%.
This
I'm fine
wireless
with that.
device features superior Hall effect joysticks with the original style N64 gate.
Beautiful.
The problem is, a lot of people have been raving about this device, but I personally don't like it. The
Oh,
analog
really?
stick feels completely off to me. In many racing games, I just found myself oversteering and slamming into walls way too often.
Interesting.
Other games such as Perfect Dark and
Look how-
GoldenEye, where precision movement
God, Perfect Dark has terrible frame rates. They were pushing the engine to its max on Perfect Dark, and that's why it's got like lots of volumetric lighting there. You can actually tell from the floor lighting and stuff. They were really, really playing with the graphical fidelity of it. Like they just wanted like the best looking thing, but the frame rate is actually worse than GoldenEye on Perfect Dark. Absolutely insane.
is an absolute requirement, the analog stick falls short, and as such, I simply can't recommend this if you're used to
Looks
playing
beautiful,
on a
though.
original
Oh my
N64
God.
controller. If you're a
Looks
casual player,
beautiful.
then yes, the 8BitDo controller will get the job done, and its wireless capabilities is very welcome. But for me, nothing can replace the original N64 controller.
It's great.
On the back of the device,
I might
is
buy
an
a new
SD
one,
card
too.
Slot, standard
Beautiful.
for analog products. This enables firmware updates. There's also a USB-C power connector, a standard USB connector, and the HDMI out. Up to 4K
I love
60
that.
frames per second is supported with HDR. The Analog
See, I can just
3D
plug that in
comes
then.
built in with expansion pack support for the games
Beautiful.
that take advantage of the additional
Yes.
4 megabytes of RAM, which can be toggled on and off. This is a nice touch for sure, and there's
Isn't it
also
just because
built-in
here, I just
controller
can't do
and
it?
Rumble
You
Pack
what?
support. Rumble support in
I
this
love it.
instance means
And
that
you'll see
the
why in
Rumble
a
stick
couple
with
minutes,
Rumble
hopefully.
motors like the aforementioned 8BitDo controller will
Beautiful.
work with it. However,
Oh, look at that.
with an original N64 controller, you'll still need to plug in a standard Rumble pack.
It
usual.
works.
And that's
Hey,
not all.
that works.
Standard N64 peripherals.
I got one.
Like controller packs, Rumble packs.
But I might be
and
down
even
to pirate
third-party
GBA
ones will
era
work.
software.
My
GBA is
third-party
GOAT.
Memory Pack Pros work
Oh
all
my
fine.
God, 100%
However, I was
GOAT.
not able to test a transfer pack as I don't possess one. But it's fair to
I have
say
a
that
transfer
many,
pack.
if not all N64 peripherals will run just fine. When you first turn on the device, there is a fairly basic user interface.
Oh, it's a memory card.
Very typical for an analog product.
N64 memory
Plugging
card.
in a cartridge will automatically add it to the games list, and as you add more original cartridges, they will be added to this games list that you can
No
cycle
way.
through. Now,
Are they
this is
digitized?
a little curious, as originally I thought that the games themselves were being dumped to the SD card.
Oh, I
so that
wish.
they could be played without the original cartridge.
I wish.
But as it turns out, you must have the cartridge connected to
Okay.
launch into any game.
Maybe that's their way of getting around the pirating things, right? Because technically it's not downloading the actual software onto the SD card. It is just like keeping track of what games you have played on it, right? I wish it did. But then you're really pushing the boundaries of piracy and that kind of thing. Even if it's your copy, you know, kind of like an emulator, or what are they called? I forgot how do you use emulators. Emulators run save files, right, of games, like backups. And technically that's the legal area that you're playing in. Is it's your game, you backed up the game, and you're just playing your own backup. That's basically what it is.
To select a game that doesn't have
I think
the
this is
cartridge
fantastic,
insert
dude.
simply won't
Especially for
work.
a lazy
Now, the
retro
reason
gamer
for
like
this is
me,
because
I think this is
Analog
fantastic.
has provided per game configurations that can help improve the quality and performance of individual games.
Look at
And
that,
we will
Quake
definitely
2.
talk about this shortly.
Yes.
But I do want to mention the Analog 3D supports PAL, NTSC, and Japanese region games all in one device.
Oh, wow.
They are for the most part detected correctly.
Hell yeah, a little Resident
and will
Evil
show up
2?
in the games list and launch without issue.
Here we
up
go,
on the
filters.
edges of many games. Depending on the game, this can be really beneficial. There's also settings to disable blur, and combining these two options can really pixelate the image, perhaps too much for most people's tastes.
Yeah, I don't like that.
However, this isn't the end of the story. A second display menu option allows for a few CRT masks to be applied.
CRT,
These
yeah.
accurately attempt to recreate professional grade monitors.
See, that looks way
including
better.
The Sony BVM
Kinda.
and PVM, as well as default CRT and scan lines. Of course, if you're not into scan
Nah, I
lines,
don't
you
like
can
that.
just disable them and just go clean.
Yeah, go
By
clean.
enabling integer scaling or integer scale plus, it looks quite nice. Take for
This
example
lawsuit waiting
this
to happen.
gameplay capture of Jet Force Gemini.
I love
I'm
Jet Force
playing
Gemini.
in the widescreen mode and
I hate
enable
this.
the PVM mask with
I hate
edges
this.
sharpened and AA disabled. The quality looks superb. Of course, if you're not into CRT masks, the default clean option will get the job done. But as mentioned, nothing here is enhanced at all. But this is a very clean image.
It does look
scaling
really
all the way up
good,
to a
right?
4K resolution on the analog
EverDrive.
3D. And unfortunately, I have some bad news for you.
No.
Flash cards are very temperamental on the analog 3D. Detected when I plugged the cartridge in, and there was simply nothing I could do.
That's
Third-party
funny.
products can be a bit of a wild card.
Look
due
at
to a
that. You got
crazy
all of
amount
them in there?
models,
Oh, shit.
provisions, Firmware, which are official ones, I might add, simply did not work for me. It
That's so
simply
funny.
doesn't. Of course, Analog is aware of this, and firmware updates can hopefully resolve this issue with flash cards. But as it stands,
Little classic,
this
that's what
is
it looks
very
like.
disappointing, especially
Yeah.
when you consider the
That's
huge
wonderful that
cost
they
of
sell
original
those.
Nintendo
Oh my God.
64 cartridges, and the price and resolutions are increased. In some instances, games can drop into the single digits in terms of frame rates.
This
The
looks
overclocking
great.
option, which is found in the per game settings, can help with
Overclock
this,
option.
and much of the time it does so in a big way. Let's take a closer look. If you've ever played Castlevania Legacy of Darkness
That's
in
so
the
hilarious.
high-res mode, it's a bit of a joke because
Look at
the
that.
game turns
The
into
frame
a
rate.
slideshow. Performance here is not great at all.
Can you
Even on
overclock
the first
it?
level, once some enemies approach, it gets very choppy. Now let's enable overclocking and see the difference. It's quite incredible.
Oh
It
my
successfully
God.
smooths out performance and provides an
That
experience
cleaned it
simply
right
that
up.
is not possible on the original N64 hardware.
Jesus. This makes unplayable games playable. This is fantastic.
Even this approach
Here we
isn't
go. Look
much
at
better.
Perfect Dark.
It's an overall ambitious game that pushes the N64 to the absolute limit.
Get yours
and
soon.
goes
I may,
beyond.
dude. I
Now
may
let's
just
take
go
a
get
look
it
at
right
the game
now.
running with the overclock settings enabled. It's a night and day difference.
Oh
I can't
my
stress enough
God.
how much I really appreciate this option.
Beautiful.
After the disappointment of EverDrive's not working on my device, this feature really turned things around.
That's
It's
insane.
fantastic.
There's someone here.
I actually don't own Perfect Dark. I played it a lot, though. My friend did. Like, do I own it? I don't think I do.
It
Overclocking.
would have been amazing.
Look at this. This is
There are
beautiful.
many more games that suffer in performance on the N64.
Oh my God.
And it's going to be fun testing and seeing I have been. The biggest issue and the one that makes
Vigilante
it hard to
8.
recommend
That's what it was
is
called.
the
Yes, I
flash
thought it was
cut support.
Vigilante 6.
It's
My
simply
bad.
just not good enough.
Yes,
at this
Vigilante
time.
8.
I can't stress enough how ridiculous in price Nintendo 64
It would be a good
cards
stream.
are.
Yeah, that's kind of
And
what I'm thinking. Like,
its display
streaming
features are
and
excellent,
reviewing these
and the
old games.
overclocking is the icing on the cake.
So that's the other thing is I have the PS2 hooked up. It's not detecting the memory card for some reason. But I do want to play these old games. I do want to play these old games after my Arc Raiders kick. But hey, that's great. That is fantastic. Here's the Analog 3D site. Let's see. I think there's only pre-orders. All open pre-order shipping now. There you go. You can get it in white or black. I'll probably just go with the classic. Latest 3D OS. Okay, let me show you this really quick. Ironically, I've seen a lot of Analog's other devices actually at Retro Game Convention that we went to. Visit our store. Notify me when available. You can buy the controller. So here's the Analog Pocket. So this thing actually plays your old GBA and Game Boy games. So is compatible with 2,780 Game Boy games. So this I've actually seen at conventions. I don't know if it's good. I've seen a lot of people playing them. But if you have or wanted to start playing your old games, I think this has been getting good reviews. And honestly, I had my eyes on it. You can probably pick one up on eBay or something. But this is a good option for you if you want to get into some GBA games. And then if you have like a retro game store near you. I actually was going to check out one near me because I want to get back into the mode of the retro games. I was thinking of like Arc Raiders was really the last big title that I was thinking about playing. Otherwise, I think I'm good. Okay. Oh my god, I can't believe it's 9 o'clock, you guys. We've been chatting. It's been a long time. Let me get my comics. They didn't need to give me a plastic bag, but they did. What is the pick of the week? Definitely not that. I've not been enjoying that. Not enjoying that. Oh, that's the pick of the week, 100%. Okay, guys. There's actually a good couple of comics that we're reading right now. I'll start with the ones that we haven't been reading. And plug back in. Okay, so this is the final issue of One World Under Doom from Marvel. It's their final issue. We kind of talked about it a little bit earlier. I don't know if you guys care about spoilers or not, but I'm 2 issues behind, and I already know the ending, but it was okay. Like, I really wanted to get into a Doom story, and I feel like the appetite was there for it. I just don't know if it really hit the mark with it. The Ultimates, issue number 18. This is, I believe, 1 month out from the finale of the Ultimates entire universe. I believe that it is ending next month or the month after, because I think we have one more issue of Ultimate Wolverine to get. But this is the one that I'm kind of like iffy about. It kind of dragged its feet a lot, but the Maker is about to be awakened, and we'll see what happens with, I believe it's called Ultimates Endgame. I think it's next month or the month after. This is DC's turn for their crossover Batman and Deadpool. I actually read the Batman and Deadpool story. There's actually multiple stories inside of here, but the story with Batman and Deadpool is Grant Morrison, and that was pretty cool to see. And the reason behind this crossover event, is it going to happen again? Most likely, but not for a little bit of time. It was fun. It was a good read. I enjoyed it. It was a little short. I kind of wish we had a longer issue with just Batman and Deadpool versus having the other crossovers too, but I didn't get into the crossovers there. But this is DC's publication of Batman and Deadpool versus Marvel's publication was what, 2 months ago? 1 month ago? Something like that. At least a month ago. Oh, this one. We read issues 1 and 2 of these one. Everything Dead and Dying. This is issue number 3. This is by Bramball, Phillips, Martin, and Bidikar. The story on this one is there is a man who is basically the whole first issue is like him going through his daily stuff, like his daily routine, right? He's going here, going there, talking to these people. Then all of a sudden, like, the world starts kind of blurring, and sooner or later it's revealed that he's been living with zombies. It's a zombie of his husband and a zombie of his adopted daughter, who we see here. Now, that was okay. I was like, okay, we're gonna do in there. And then at the end of issue 1, there's like a neighbor who always, or like a postman. What do you call him? Postal worker? Mailman? Jesus. It's late, you guys. I need more arrow. What can I say? We have a little bit left. There's a mailman who always visits, and he actually like feeds the zombies, but he is immune from becoming a zombie. So he's, I believe, quite rare in this world. Think Ellie, I guess, Last of Us. And his mailman friend, who is a zombie, gets his head blown off. And it's revealed that there's actually a group of humans that says, "Woo, we saved your butt!" But they don't realize that he is immune, and he's actually been living with these zombies for like 6 to 8 years or something like that. So now he, in a frantic, because he sees them still as people. He sees that as, Richard. He sees his husband as, I believe it's like Jack. And then he sees his daughter as his daughter. He feeds them like corpses of like animals and like, I guess, other people and stuff. I don't really know. But he keeps them alive that way. He says that they only attack and stuff when they're hungry, but he keeps them well fed. So it's like a lion, right? If you keep the lion at bay and full, it's not going to do anything. So he's trying to negotiate with these people, but they're just thinking that he's insane because, their experience with the zombies has just been destruction and death. They haven't had the experience that he's had because they don't know that he's immune. So they're kind of like messing with him and like hunting the zombies. And so the ending was they ended up shooting his husband in the head. So now he's gone forever. And now he is holding a pistol to one of the humans and saying, "You murdered my husband." So that's where the issue 2 ended. And now we're going to issue 3. So that's that. Issue 3. Next up is Ludo Lullaby and Adreno Lucas, issue number 5 of Ghost Pepper. This one's actually been kind of fun because it's it's like a comic book, but to me it's like a manga. And not a Shippuden. What do you call it? What are those called? Where the hero gets stronger and stronger. This cat is already super duper strong, and he's kind of just awakened after years of being gone, and he's like dropped into this scenario where people that he remembered or that were with him in the past have kind of taken over the world, and they've taken all of his glory from saving the planet. So he is like on a revenge tour with this lady who is a cook. And I guess in this world, like a bunch of food trucks is the way of living. It's a crazy world. Different food trucks like fight each other and put money into, it's almost like, not like Twisted Metal, but kind of like Twisted Metal. They put money into weapons and defenses and beings and machines and stuff like that. And it was kind of comedic in the last issue, in issue 4. And I like that because this guy's name's Ash. He is a badass. He is like the strongest of them all, kind of thing. But he doesn't end issue 4 in a fight. He ends it by talking. And it's just because he's like, we don't need a fight, kind of thing. But he ends up getting a new ally, and that's pretty cool. So Ghost Pepper, it's named that because the main character girl's food truck is, her secret ingredient is the ghost peppers. So that's issue number 5 of that. I'm really digging that, but it isn't the pick of the week. The pick of the week, and I'm kind of excited about this because Szymon Kudranski, who we did Blood Commandment with, we actually didn't like his Sam and Twitch run. I didn't like his art in there. But this one, this is pick of the week. This is issue 3 of No Man's Land. And I just finished reading issue 2 or issue 1, and I was getting into issue 2. Now the story here is, it's 1960. Oh, what year is it? 1964 or 65? One way around there. And there's an FBI agent who is tasked to go to the archipelago, where basically it's the they have amazing covers. Szymon Kudranski does amazing covers. I can show you all 3. But the story is there is a murder. And we know it was a murder because it was a woman dead in this land that is only available during one time a year, when the landmass of Russia property and United States property is combined. And it happened in the middle. So we don't know if it's an American or a Russian, or they definitely know it's not an animal, because an animal usually consumes the body or pieces of it. This was a murder. Her parts were next to her, let's say. So they know it was 100% a murder, and he's like basically tasked after a day or two of the body being found. And he just landed in this area, and he was actually planning on retiring, of course, just like Danny Glover. Yeah, I'm getting too old. He was gonna retire and finally be free, but the FBI has this rule that says that if it's a matter of national security, then you cannot quit, and it's in the contract, which is crazy. I never heard of that before. I was actually gonna look it up. So he can't quit because this is a matter of national security of this murder happening there, and there's a reason why, and they go into it. So anyways, his wife leaves him because she's tired of living this life, and so he's basically got like nothing to lose. He's like, screw it, let's do this mission, whatever. And it kind of sets it up like Metal Gear Solid. It's like he's flying alone to this area to solve this murder, and he finds the body, but it's gonna be him interacting possibly with a Russian intelligentsia detective kind of thing, because each other is not going to trust each other. This is the height of the Cold War, and each one of them could be at any time picked up and prosecuted and killed as a spy of a foreign entity. So like the stuff's on the line, even though he's kind of like, whatever, there's nothing to lose. But it's going to be interesting in a good way. I'll say that. It won't be interesting. It is going to be a good read. I can tell. And the art on the inside is fantastic. I had a problem with Szymon Kudranski's art in Sam and Twitch. I feel like it was all over the place and not beautiful like Blood Commandment was. This one is closer to Blood Commandment, but the art's fantastic. It's easy to follow. Freaking cool, creepy as hell. But yeah, let me show you the covers. I love this one, and it again reminds me Blood Commandment. Here's issue 1. So there's the 2 investigators in the eye of the dead body in the snow. And here's issue 2 of the summit. Really cool. But yeah. No worries, no worries. Wonder if it makes a collage. That's an interesting take. Yeah, I wonder if it does. No worries, Lewis. Thanks for hanging out, man. I'm glad you're feeling better, bro. Be interesting, huh? Yeah, that's the pick of the week. Where is it? No Man's Land. Love it. I actually have all my stacks behind me on the floor. What I need to read. So I didn't expect to go this long. My knick-knack of the week. I had this whole plan, but I didn't expect to talk so damn long. I was going to talk about... The reason we were talking about the Analog 3D is because I was going to talk about the N64 games. A little bit of Zelda Ocarina of Time. So I actually brought out some stuff, and I was actually going to do some cleaning. So that was going to be my knick-knack, was showing you guys all the N64 games, but I kind of think we're out of time. Although I could just sit here and clean. I have everything ready. So I could do that too. I set up a whole camera too for it. And what I can do is I can do this. But I know that everyone's going to get tired soon. Media. Capture device. Was it not plugged in? None. Advanced. 16. Yeah, I understand. Maybe we can do it next week. There it goes. So then what I can do, I can show you this real quick. Was that this camera? It's a little pixelated. I don't know why. I don't know why it's like fisheye. I don't like this camera at all. I don't like this camera. But we have this box. I can't even tilt it. I got this box. Ironically, it's not a lot of games that I played for years, because we kind of got the PlayStation quite quickly. Which for some reason I need to figure out why these memory cards aren't working. Little NFL quarterback club. So I got a bunch of cleaning stuff, and I was gonna do a cleaning stream. Look at that quarterback club memory card. Memory card. Rumble pack. Got the original Rumble pack right there. But a lot of baseball. Here's Jet Force Gemini. Little Star Wars pod racer. And the camera sucks. I can't believe I actually bought this thing. Piece of junk. Another baseball. Oh my god. Nagano Olympics. Nagano Olympics. So maybe we'll put this aside. A little Cruising USA. Maybe we'll put this aside and we'll do cleaning next week. Maybe we'll do cleaning and see if this works. And see if it works. Like I can plug in. I put in Zelda earlier. It was actually kind of fun. It was actually kind of fun. Confusing. It'll work. Oh. It's gonna work. Listen. Aw, doesn't that sound great? No worries, no worries. I'm gonna call it 2. We'll do a cleaning stream next week, because next week's Thanksgiving Eve. Already. Oh man. I wish I could get both ears going. But I can't. Someday we'll do a retro stream. Someday we'll do a retro stream. That just takes you back, though. It's just beautiful. That's just beautiful. Thanks again, Brett. Have a great night, dude. Hopefully next week I'll be all healthy. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful music. Beautiful game. But yeah, we'll play that another time. It works. It works. I like the setup too. I like the webcam on here. It works out well. It's a little finicky, but it works out well. I put the cap back on. But yeah, appreciate everybody for hanging out. Oh my god, put that back on. Okay, cool. Thanks again, Brett. Lewis, where's the music? And then Visual Effective, thanks for subbing, and thanks for the Prime sub on Twitch. Even though I absolutely hate Twitch, but it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. We'll be back Sunday for probably for more Arc Raiders. To be honest, we might get super duper toxic. We might get toxic in our Arc Raiders. I don't know yet. I gotta make one more video this week though. I gotta talk about Call of Duty. Maybe I should go find my Call of Duty Big Red 1 and play it. That'd be kind of fun. Huh? Maybe I'll go find that. Yeah. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Happy Thanksgiving Eve week. And I'll see you on Sunday. Take care. Later. Yeah, we got the same video. I'm sorry, I haven't made a new one yet.
Came the swinging axes, but his aim ain't right. Legolas is prepping, shooting buds off logs. Harlan's painting toenails, yelling at the dogs. Saruman's a neighbor's always causing grief, scheming in his tower like a backwoods thief. With the swamp behind and the mountains ahead, we're just good old boys doing what Gandalf said. Frodo's carrying the ring and it's dragging slow, but we're marching through the mud with a steady flow.
Of Arrakis, it's me, Shai-Hulud, your beloved sandworm of the desert. Many people are saying Paul Atreides, little Paul Atreides. I call him Pesky Paul. He's Al-Mahdi. People are calling him Lisan Al-Gaib. Pesky Paul's calling himself Muad'Dib. He said, Muad'Dib, I'm a little desert mouse, just a humble little desert mouse. And he is very tiny, I saw him.
Middle-aged mutant ninja turtles, middle-aged mutant ninja turtles, middle-aged mutant ninja turtles. All of their shoes are from New Balance. The turtles used to battle all over New York. It was radical. Now they work late nights in customer support. It pays the bills. They would break dance in their teens, and now they use sleep apnea machines. Middle-aged mutant ninja turtles.
Hi Colonel, this is Snake. I've made it to the insertion point. I stayed pretty warm due to that anti-freezing peptide that you gave to me, but I have to admit I was able to smuggle out my smokes in my stomach. You know, it wasn't fantastic, but I gotta have them ciggies. Psychic powers are cheating. I'm gonna plug my controller into port 2. Hind D. More like D. Hind. Ho! But seriously, what's a Russian gunship doing here? Big back, big back, big...
You